With the announcement that a new open-world Star Wars game is in development courtesy of Ubisoft, speculation has begun as to what this game has in store for those of us excited to get our hands on it. What's going on, everybody? I'm Cortex Zero. Thanks for dropping by the channel, and today I'm going to go over 10 features we want in the new Ubisoft open-world Star Wars game. I've been gaming my entire life, and I've also been a Star Wars fan for that same amount of time. I recently built a PC, and I got a real taste of where gaming is headed, and what this new generation of hardware is really capable of. Now that finally somebody is developing an open-world game set in the galaxy far, far away, this is the perfect opportunity for Lucasfilm Games to create a classic.
It's about damn time. It's about damn time.
These 10 main features aren't really in any particular order, but I did save my favorites for the later half of the video. At number 10, we have hyperspace and space-to-ground travel. If you've never heard of Star Citizen, it's an ambitious project exclusive to PC that aims to deliver the most detailed and realistic space adventure ever created. If you have any interest in it, I highly recommend you give it a go, and I do stream it if you want to get a taste of how the game plays before buying it. In Star Citizen, you have the ability to jump from system to system, moon to moon, planet to planet, using what's known as quantum travel. But if you would rather take the scenic route, you have the option to point the nose of your ship directly at any moon or planet and step on the gas, flying through space, then the atmosphere, and finally landing on the surface. It may sound fairly simple, but combining the physics engine of the game with the stunning visual design, landing on any world never loses its charm. Just imagine descending through a thick layer of atmospheric clouds to arrive at a spaceport on the outskirts of Mos Eisley, or what it would feel like to come in for a landing on Coruscant. For number 9, we have variety and storytelling. If you've ever played any of the old Republic games, you already know that the decisions you make in the game can greatly affect the outcome of your missions later on. And with new hardware capable of cramming more content into one game, possibilities for different outcomes could be exponentially higher this time around. The ability to drastically change how the story plays out can create the opportunity for players to come back to the game after beating it, to make different decisions, which gives a game enormous replay value. Maybe on the first go-around you decided to get into the first escape pod. This time around you've decided to steer the ship out of enemy fire. Giving players choices in games creates even more immersion without having to do anything too fancy. At number 8 is the ability to play co-op. We don't have to spend too much time on this point. The ability to play this kind of game with friends is a must. Single-player games can be a great experience overall, but having the option to go through a game as a group or with a partner can be even more rewarding. Imagine playing a GTA 5 style heist mission, but you are a group of bounty hunters who have tracked down an enemy target and are required to bring them back to the First Order for payment, with his buddies engaging you in a dogfight on the way. I would be down for that kind of thing. Number 7 closely ties in with the previous entry, with the options to create clans, organizations, or councils. I would love to have the ability to create factions that can work together on missions, fight other groups, and even trade or sell goods with other groups or players. The customization options could include things like your clan tag, which would appear only in this game, a logo, or maybe uniforms or armor. I wouldn't mind patrolling a small base on Endor as a group of customized red and black Death Troopers with my buddies. Sounds like a badass time. For number 6, I have Make the Game Long because of its depth and value, not just for the sake of doing it. I enjoy longer games, but only if they remain fulfilling throughout its duration. Imagine playing Battlefront 2's campaign at twice the length. That's going to be a hard pass from me. Make it worthwhile. Don't drag it out just for the sake of filling time. Really think about what you're putting into the game. Games are great because of their content. However, I do want this new open world Star Wars game to be long, but just for the right reasons. At number 5, we are moving into some of my favorite ideas for the upcoming game with multiple planets to visit. Star Wars is filled with variety, from species to ships and worlds. Varying climates and biomes would again bring the immersion level even higher if implemented. Looking back at our first feature, having the option to travel from, say, Tatooine to Hoth would really satisfy the player base, especially if it can be done the long way or quickly if needed. Another feature to mention that calls back to GTA 5 would be placing civilization alongside nature. I grabbed this from a quote in an article on thegamer.com. Star Wars' universe is so incredibly unique for its variety, and the new game needs to showcase this. Players would get a kick out of exploring both a big city and vast expanses of natural terrain. This will also help gameplay variety and provide more opportunities for interesting missions. Think about how much better the missions in Grand Theft Auto 5 are than its predecessor because of the metropolitan area being next to the forests and mountains. For number 4, I again thought back to some older games like GTA 5 and came up with consistent updates on par with GTA 5 Online, ever-changing NPC dialogue, in-game events, and DLC. Using the power of the internet as well as cloud storage, we could potentially have a game so stuffed with content that you may not even hear the same phrase twice coming from the mouth or vocal modulation device of an NPC. I hate to bring up Fortnite, I really do.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor.
But hear me out. We saw what an in-game event can create when organized. Star Citizen is in the midst of its first in-game event with Xenothreat, and implementing monthly missions or in-game gatherings could really keep things fresh for dedicated players. Free DLC is a must. It shows the players that you are keeping up with the game, and providing new content of all kinds will keep them playing the game. Number 3 is multiple roles to choose from, such as Bounty Hunter, Jedi, or Sith. Have this fluctuate depending on how you act in the game. Take a page from the Old Republic playbook, and you again bring up the immersion level of the game. If I one day decide to shoot an innocent bystander in the back for no reason at all with my E11, decide to go on a speeder rampage through a cantina, I should probably have a corresponding change to my personality traits. The light side dark side meter from KOTOR would fit perfectly into a game like this. Actions and choices should have an impact on how my player stats are viewed by everyone else. Number 2 is fun yet strategic PvP for space dogfights, lightsaber duels, and regular gun or hand-to-hand based PvP combat. This really speaks for itself. We want our intergalactic combat engagements to feel good. Don't claim to know what will work best. Many people have told me that the lightsaber combat in Fallen Order would work well for this new game, so I'm throwing that into the mix as an idea. Anything related to combat, whether it's with guns, ships, sabers, etc., if done well, could be fun enough to keep players coming back for more. The opportunity for ranked combat tournaments or just free-for-all fighting is strong with this one. And finally, at number 1 is customization. You probably saw that coming. Customization for everything, including character creation, lightsabers, weapons, skill set, clothing, ships. I'm sure I could list so many more, but you get the picture. Give us a game where there are literally so many options for character creation that no two players are alike, unless that's what they were aiming for to begin with. The Old Republic had a pretty great system for character skills and traits, and that's something this new game could build upon. Fallen Order gave players the ability to spice up their lightsaber hilts. To bring up Star Citizen yet again, I can switch out multiple parts on my ships, including my engines, weapons, and even coolers. Cosmetic options keep things interesting, and with a variety-filled universe like Star Wars, an open-world game set in its universe deserves nothing less. That's it for today, everybody. Thank you for sticking around, and keep an eye out for the next Star Wars gaming video where I'm going to go over 10 features I want for Battlefront 3. If it's coming. If it actually happens. Leave a like if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe, hit the bell, stay up to date with my content. I hope to see you in an upcoming stream. I do my best to say hello to everybody that comes through. I make all kinds of content aside from just gaming and Star Wars, so be sure to check out my other videos if you get a chance. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time.